Joseph, do the Michael Jackson.
Man, easily one of the funniest people I know. I love this guy, Heather B. We come from the same cloth. We both B-boys at heart, but he probably can still dance. And I want to say congratulations to him, man, for all the work he's been doing since we talked to him last. We were like some of the first people to put him on the platform, and he just went and made so much more money, HB. He went
crazy.
He went crazy, okay? He got the mixed-plate Chronicles of an All-American Combo is out today, his first autobiography. Please welcome back Jo Koy. Jo Koy to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Sway, Heather, what's up?
Jo,
I love you.
Love you too, man. Tracy G with us too, Joe.
What up, Joe?
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I'm swell. Happy to hear your voice.
Yeah.
I wish I was in the studio, I swear.
Shit, we do too, Joe. We all in our houses.
Yep. Yeah, man.
I
don't want I want to give you a visual, but I'm literally just in my boxer shorts on my bed in LA. It's a horrible sight.
Oh man. Hey, Joe, let me ask you about that, man. What do you do boxer briefs, or what are you doing? You doing the other kind of flimsy boxers now that you get older? You gotta, you want to get, you know what I mean? Like,
I got no, 100%. I know exactly what you mean. It's flimsy boxers, and I have to because now if I wear the tight ones, it's all gathered up by my stomach, and that's not a comfortable walk. So I gotta let them.
Damn.
Okay, I ain't even sure if I really wanted that visual.
Sway, don't even act like you don't know, man. You wear the flimsy boxers too. You know it.
Yeah, I'm a flimsy boxer guy.
I don't want that visual either, Joe.
Tracy, you don't want that? You don't want to see? I can shoot you a picture of it.
I'm good.
Damn, Joe, you've been doing so much in its elements. Your last comedy special on Netflix was incredible. You've been around the world. I've been watching you. Reading even in this book, A Mixed Plate, I find out so much about you. I love even in the introduction when you talk about going to Manila and walking around, and this is a place that you know and love. This is a part of your heritage, and on one side you see this metropolis almost. You see these great big buildings, and you see this downtown area. Just a few blocks away, you see this shanty town, and you see people, literally washing clothes outside in a bucket. But those folks seem like they're the happiest of them all, right?
Yeah, that's so true.
What is that about? How does that metaphor apply to your life?
I used to live there for 6 years, and my most vivid memories were living in Manila and just how happy people are with absolutely nothing, And I think that's what happens when you're hit with poverty, right? You reach within yourself to entertain yourself, and you're the most happiest. I feel like the people with the most stuff in the world are usually the loneliest and not as happy. But it teaches you just how lucky we got it here. When you go to those places and you see these people living with no roofs, basically. I mean, we were shooting this one scene, Sway, and literally all of us were looking to the left, and there's just this little boy, and the mom's just bathing him in public. You know what I mean? Just shampooing his hair and just washing him in the middle of the street. And this kid was just like, hurry up so I can play. Like he didn't even care that he was getting a bath in the middle of the street. And we were all just like our mouths dropped, just how cute and innocent this kid was, and just how unfortunate they're living, but yet they're living their best life. It was a reality check.
Hey, do you have survivor's remorse when you go back to the Philippines?
When I lived there, man, I'm telling you, Sway, all I have are just great memories. You know what I mean? And that's why when I was approached by Netflix for a third special, I was like, can I just showcase my country and my culture and show the people just how beautiful these people live, show the world that they speak English? Like, you know what I mean? That's so important to this country, that you could visit there and hang out, and people speak English there, and it's just a fun place. I had to showcase this, show our food, and put us on the map, kind of like open the door a little bit for us. So that's why I went and did it, man.
When you go through the book, man, you give a great recipe for lumpia.
Your favorite.
I
Sway was going to go through that.
You saw that, and I grew up in the Bay, so lumpia was a mainstay on my plate. Man, let me ask you this: my cousin is E40, Jo Koy. Have to tell you, that's my blood cousin, E40, right? And
yes, sir.
We grew up in the Bay. Now 40 got a lumpia company.
Lumpia
now.
company, yes, lumpia company. This is the coolest thing in the world is knowing that E40 is now more Filipino than anybody else. Like hands down, E40 got the best lumpia, and I know his homie. Like me and Alex go way back. We're Toto, his business partner. And I'm telling you, man, when I found out that E40 was backing him and supporting it, it's just like that dude's king now. To the Filipinos, it's E40, man. We love this guy.
E40 is the king of the Filipinos.
But he is, man. He's putting our food on the map. He's an ambassador. You know what I mean? Like one thing that I struggled with growing up was my identity, and one way you could do that, letting people know about you, is through food. And to have somebody like E40 representing us like that, it getting it to the people that aren't Filipinos, like it just makes us feel good. It gives us a sense of pride and an identity too as well, that we can say, yo, E40 own a lumpia company, yo. You know how cool that is?
That's great, HB.
That is cool.
Hey, Sway, I want to say something. I'm sorry, because this is the best platform to say it, but one of the reasons why I took in his elements to the Philippines is, one, I wanted to bring Filipinos that lived in America to the Philippines and, experience their culture. But I also wanted to go and bring Netflix to the Philippines and showcase up-and-coming Filipino artists like B-boys and singers. And then, of course, I had that rap group, those girls that were rapping in that boy. They opened up and did my theme song. And I just want you to know that the one girl got signed by Def Jam Philippines just like last month. And it's just like, that's the reason why I wanted to do this, man. So this little girl is about to embark on a whole new career, man, and I feel like I had a lot to do with that as well.
Def Jam,
that's
man,
awesome.
Round of applause. You got her signed to a deal, man. Jo Koy. Koy is here. Mixed Play Chronicles of an All-American Combo. That book is out today. I didn't even know they had a Def Jam Philippines.
Me either.
Yeah, man. I think they just opened that division up right after the special.
There you go, Joe.
They were yo, these Filipinos are in touch with hip hop. Let's go.
Man, no, listen, man. In the Bay Area, the best DJs, like when you talk about the Scratch Pickles, Q-Bert, 8 Ball, all these different. The best DJs happen to be Filipino, and so Glenn Oury, all these different guys I came up with in the game. So when it comes to hip hop, the Filipino community has always been 10 toes down.
Always been in there. Sway, it's like I don't think people really know how much influence the Filipinos have just in American entertainment, let alone hip hop and the culture. Like the four elements alone, just the b-boying, the DJing, the MCing. I mean, we producing. Yeah, I mean, we got Illmind that he got that Grammy with Jay-Z. We got Chad Hugo with all the stuff that he's done with Pharrell over at Nerd.
Neptunes.
Like these guys are. Filipinos have been in the game for a minute, so it's just good. Oh, look at her now! Like her just got the Grammy for Song of the Year. It's like I would love. I love for people to just embrace our culture, and that's all that is, man. Just giving us an identity, man. And that's what I explained in the book, Sway. It's like when I was a kid, I wanted to be an entertainer. I wanted to be a comic, but I had no inspiration to pull from. And now I'm just happy that my son lives in a time where he gets to see that now, on multi-platforms, including you. And that's why I say E40 and Lumpia means so much to us.
Yep, E40, man, one of the kings in the Philippines now. 40 water, baby. Come on, man. Jo Koy is here. I'm going to let y'all jump in. Go
Joe, I love that you're touching on, you're making sure that we understand how much the entertainment industry has been influenced by Filipinos and the contribution. Because when I think of Filipinos, the first thing I think about is, wow, these motherfuckers can dance. The best dancers that I have known have been Filipino. And I don't know if this is cultural coming from the Philippines, or if it's where a lot of Filipinos have migrated into the United States, different corners. But can you dance, and can you speak on why your people dance so well?
there's just something about Filipinos, and I think it has a lot to do with our Spanish bloodline too. We got there's a lot of Spanish in us too as well, and I think that gives us that little edge of having that rhythm and that love for music and dance. And some of the best b-boys alone are Filipino, but let's not forget the Jabberwockies. I think half the crew is Filipino.
Yeah. I could never forget. That's why I'm bringing this up.
What I mean? So it's like, yeah, man, that's one thing I've always loved. And going through those talent shows. When I told that story about that Michael Jackson, that was real. Like, my mom was just trying to get her, get people to meet her. She wanted to meet people when she moved to the States, and one way she did it was making her son dance at every event. So people go walk over and go, "Is that your son?" "Yes, that's my son. My God, he can do Michael Jackson. He'll do it any party you want him to do it at." So, like, literally, that was our way in was through entertainment. So it was either singing or dancing. But we can sing too. Don't forget about that, man.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
look at the lead singer of Journey. He's Filipino, man. They got him from a karaoke bar, man. That guy sounds just like Steve Perry.
Yo, I love how Jo Koy be digging in the Philippines.
Listen,
boy, he be digging in the crate.
Factoids. You don't remember them.
Yo, so Michael Jackson has a big influence on the Philippines. I know that for a fact, man, because when I went out there, Michael was still there. Mike probably lived in the Philippines, and we just don't know it. That's how much they love Michael Jackson, man.
Yo, Michael loves that lumpia too, man. I'm telling you, bro.
All right, HB, you want to jump in?
Yeah, Joe, what's up? It's Heather. How you doing, buddy, man? So glad that you were able to. Hey, you know a lot of history, everything, hip hop, film, television, all of this stuff, and then you obviously you heard the famous story of Whoopi Goldberg had to literally change her name to get into different auditions and whatnot. And I was thinking about that with you because have you ever just walked into like an audition or a place that you had no reason to be in? Would you still do that now? Like, would you have auditioned for Coming to America too? Like, would you just walked in like, yo, I'm here. Where's my part?
That's so true, and yes, I would have, but just to be in it. But I dealt with a whole different kind of, and I hate to shine light on it, but the systemic racism that's so prevalent right now, and what we're seeing right now. I mean, I feel sorry for all the Asians that, including myself, that had to go through it in the beginning. Hearing people say to me, like, "Oh, I don't think they'll get it in Middle America," or we're going to pass on you because you're not Asian enough. And it was just like, oh my God, like it wouldn't stop. All the way up until my last special, having to shoot it myself because they just didn't think they'd get it. So I had to actually shoot it and film it myself and then sell it. So those are the things that we have to face, and I feel sorry for the families and the loss that a lot of these Asians are having to deal with right now. And if there's one good thing that we can get from it is the awareness and just showing how ignorant people are right now on this platform of Instagram and Facebook and all these platforms where we get to say what's happening right now as it happens instead of waiting until the 6 o'clock news and hoping that maybe they'll say something about it. But now the whole world's knowing about it, and people like you and everybody else that's not part of the Asian community is supporting us, and we're banding together like a community and fighting this ignorance, and hopefully we can move forward from this,
Absolutely, man. We keep it front and center. We don't stop talking about this anti-Asian hate that's going on. That's just travesty. You know what's crazy, Sway, is like this book was so therapeutic for me because I didn't know how much PTSD I actually had until I started pointing out some of the stories. But there was one particular story that like I started crying in the booth because it was something that my mom had to deal with. An immigrant woman coming to the States trying to raise her kids, no friends. You know what I mean? Just trying to find Filipinos, and here we are trying to win this TV at a raffle thing, and we actually win. And then as we're going up the escalators to go claim our prize, this little boy turns around and pulls his eyes back at my mom, and does like a little Chinese
like,
Wow.
trying to, to my mom. And I just remember as a little kid looking at my mom like, what's that? Like I didn't know what that was. But yet my mom had to just suck it up and take it, as if that's normal. And she just patted me on the head and she's like, it's okay. He's just trying to be funny, Joseph. And it's like I didn't understand the pain that my mom would have went through, what she was going through. But obviously it was traumatic because to this day it still haunted me. Like I remember reading it and just knowing like the detail of that moment. So like those are the little stories that a lot of Asians have, but it hasn't been out in the forefront until now. And I just hope that ignorance will go away. Like, come on, you guys, let's educate ourselves. We're all the same people, man. Like, we can do this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm totally in the corner for this one. I think the anti-Asian hate is people should. It's a travesty. I think it's a reflection on this country. Not only do we have to do better, we will do better, and we need to protect our folks in this community. I'm wondering how will that, if at all, change your routines? I love when Dave Chappelle just get on that stump and just start talking. I love when he
king, man, the king, man. He's the king, dude. I always tell him that too, man. Every time I see him or text him, I'm like, yo, you're the light, right? You're the biggest light, and you're shining bright on all of us, and thank you for it, because I love it when he does it. He knows how to say it the right way, and you still get to laugh, but you also get to wake up, and that's what I love about him. And I don't want to lose it either. I want to continue saying the things that I say, because it's a good way of educating as well, man, through laughter. So I'm not going to stop. Mm-hmm. And I love what's happening in my career right now. I mean, not because of what's happening in the world, but what one thing that I always heard from the industry is that they're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. We'd like to do it, but Middle America is not going to get it. And I used to hate that because I thought it was a lazy excuse to give me a shot. And after Coming in Hot came out, I get the call from Spielberg's people, and now we're shooting a movie. So it's like, finally, someone's getting it. If I get one more note saying they don't get it, I'm like, well, you know what? Spielberg gets it. So let's go.
Is that the Easter? Is that the Easter Sunday project?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Man.
Okay, because I want to ask you about that. First of all, congratulations, Spielberg saw it. Okay, so that's somebody gets it. And then are all the characters are they going to be inspired by people in your family, or how much creative do you have in this? Man,
I got full creative control, man. It's so great, and don't get me wrong, Amblin, and of course I'm with Ryback also. Dan Lin, who's no joke. Dan Lin did all the Lego movies, and It 1, It 2, Aladdin. So he's in my corner, and they're literally just letting me go. They're like, yo, let's do this, Joe, and they're letting me. I'm all every step of the way. It's casting to everything else. So it's been great. And don't get me wrong, man. We're gonna have so many damn Filipinos in this movie. It's gonna be it's gonna be something, man. It's fun, and they're letting me do it.
Okay,
I'm trying to cast for my mom right now, bro.
Come on, man. Hey, so check this out. Since E40 is like the king of the Philippines, and I'm his cousin, man, that means that we can be in the movie too, bro. I'm just saying.
Exactly. I'm Filipino uncle. The character description is Filipino uncle that can rap, and I'm like E40. That's it. He's got.
I'm telling you, just show up.
Yo, you know how fun that would be if 40 was the Filipino uncle that could rap, bro. People gonna talk about that.
That's it.
Yeah, man. I mean, you might get some backlash from the community saying why you couldn't put a real Filipino in there, but don't worry about that. We go through that all the time.
Once they find out he owns a lumpia truck, it's over, bro.
It's over.
It's done.
All right. Hey, we got Jo Koy on the line with us. Joe, real quick, we were talking about the Jabberwockies, and I remember that rumor that you was once a Jabberwocky member. Is that true or not?
That's 100% true, and you don't have to look into it. You don't have to find the facts. Just take my word for it. I'm the OG. I'm the one that came up with the mask idea. I'm the one that said that we should all wear them. And, it's my company. I own the Jabberwockies.
You heard it first right here. Believe it or not.
What?
You ain't got to believe it, but you heard it first right here, okay?
This is all facts, man. You don't have to investigate.
Really, all facts. Okay, cool, man.
All facts.
Congratulations on the Vegas run. You guys been killing it. Mike is on the line. Mike's been on the line from Wisconsin. Grand Rises, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, how y'all doing this morning?
Doing great.
What's popping?
Oh, not a whole lot. I just heard Jo Koy was on, and I just wanted to call in and say thank you for teaching me how to cook white rice, man. I heard a bit of the time you're talking about.
Yo, I love that.
Wash that shit. You gotta wash it, like,
you gotta wash
probably
it.
about 25 minutes.
25 minutes to
and
wash.
I don't even measure my water anymore, man. I just use that little part of my finger when it hits right above that rice. And it's
yo,
perfect, man. So
are you
let
listening?
me tell you why this is so crazy. Yo, let me tell y'all why this is so crazy. Hey, Sway, you said the citizen name was
Mike from Wisconsin. Mike from Wisconsin.
Mike, yo. So like, Mike, I cook sometimes and whatnot, and like I'll show certain things that I'm doing, and sometimes I put on a video and I'll be washing rice, and they be like, "Yo, you gotta wash rice because Jo Koy said you gotta wash the rice," and it be mad funny. Like you're like Joe, you're a reference in like for the home cooks and whatnot. So it's funny that Mike brought this up. Mike, that's official whistle right there. That's crazy that you said that.
You know, and every time I'm like, man, is this clean? And I think in the back of my head, Joe's mom said, "Is it clear? Is the water clear?
Is it clear? Clear."
It's not clean until that water is clear, man.
Yes.
Oh, you gotta clean that rice. You know how dirty that rice is, man? You gotta clean it. Get
right,
that cloudy water out of there. Make sure the water's clear, and just use that line on your fingertips. Perfect rice every time. Come on.
Every time.
That's right, man.
Hey, Mike,
Yo,
get the.
I just
Mike,
had to call in and say thank you.
Hey, Mike, you could thank him by getting his autobiography. It's called Mixed Plate Chronicles of an All-American Combo. It's out right now, Mike. You
There
gonna
it
get
is.
Go get it.
Check
Go
that
get-
out for sure.
All right,
So
my man,
funny.
Mike. You're a citizen, Mike.
Yo, a Sway in the morning. That's so real, yo.
Jo Koy.
That's so funny. That cracks me up that you saw that, Heather.
Yo, people be hitting me about it. Like it is, and it's a pain in the butt. Don't get it twisted, because it's so tempting sometimes just to take the rice, dump it in, and be done. But I'm trying to tell y'all, it is the difference between like a walnut and a watermelon. It's night and day. Like you gotta wash it. You gotta get
wash
that
the
water
rice.
clean. Next
Gotta
level.
wash it.
Yep. Hey,
You
we
know,
got.
you know how many bare feet have been on that rice in that bag? You better wash that foot off your rice.
Ugh.
Wash
Oh my
that
God.
that foot fungus off your rice.
Oh.
Hey, we got Jennifer from Washington on the line. Grand Rises, Jennifer. How are you?
What up, Jenny?
Hi, I'm good. How you doing?
Doing great. Say hello to Jo Koy.
Okay, so I'm happy to be on the show real quick. Shout out from Olympia, Washington, small-ass, bunk-ass town. I am Korean American and lived in Korea, went to Alabama, witnessed all the same. And I just wanted to appreciate the fact that you are talking about this because it is a major factor. And also, I watched your Netflix show when I didn't know who you were, and I loved you. So I support you. I support you, Sway. I support everyone. So I just wanted to shout out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
That's so nice.
I appreciate you, Jennifer. Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. You're a citizen. You're a citizen.
It's 3 in the morning.
And make sure you pick up his new book, Mixed Plate Chronicles of an All-American Combo. You know what, Joe? I appreciate you speaking on what's going on in the AAPI community, and we're going to keep that conversation going. We're going to make sure we bring justice. We want to make sure folks are continually talking about this. It has to stop. Cut it out. People are at utmost ignorance, and it's demonic, and you don't even realize it. You're in a fucking trance. Jump out of it. It ain't the move. Man. Okay. And then Joe, also, just let us know, what time to be at the set. You know what
You
time?
know what?
I'm talking. Heather, he just said Easter Sunday. We gon' Come on, I've been to Manila. Come on, man.
You're gonna be my brother-in-law. You're gonna be my brother-in-law. You're gonna be married to my sister. How's that? Let's do
Okay, this. I'm with it. You know, long as the rice is clean. Hey man.
I was wondering what joke you was gonna insert there, Calloway.
Man. I love you guys, man.
I love you too.
I need to get back in the studio. And I got Radio City Music Hall coming up at the end of the year. Please come to that. You gotta come through.
Promise. Yes. That's a promise,
yes.
bro. We will be your guest, the entire team. We're there, brother. We appreciate you, Joe, and I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you since you first started coming on our show and the things you've been doing, even prior to that. But since then, man, stay the course, man. The game needs you.
I will.
All right.
I love you guys. Thank
love you too, man.
Thank you too.